In this video, I'm going to run through how to use your own vault with the Boomi Key Management Service. Just to answer some preliminary questions before we start, the KMS feature is an optional feature which can be enabled for an Atmosphere account. It allows you to encrypt environment extension-based secrets, such as passwords, that you may be setting in environment extensions. And for this reason, it provides enhanced security for that sensitive data just by providing that encryption. And some customers may want to configure this for their account just to get the extra security. To get KMS enabled on your account, you need to have the feature enabled specifically by our internal teams. You can reach out to your Boomi account success representative if you want further information on how to do this, and they can start the process of getting the feature enabled. So if you have the feature enabled and you want to use your own vault, it requires additional configuration. By default, all KMS vaults are hosted by Boomi, but if you want to set up some additional config, you can actually use a vault instance that you host yourself on your own servers. The requirements for this are, of course, just having the KMS feature enabled and also having your own self-hosted HashiCorp Vault instance set up. The HashiCorp Vault is a third-party product that you'll have to set up and configure yourself. You can check with HashiCorp's documentation if you need further help on doing that. As far as steps specific to set up using your own vault with Boomi, I'm going to go over what needs to be done in the HashiCorp product. The first step is to enable the HashiCorp Vault's transit secrets engine. You can see the command for that pictured above. That will, of course, also be included in their documentation. Once you've done that, the second step is to generate a transit encryption key. This will need to have the name pattern account ID underscore container ID. Account ID is your Atomsphere account ID, so you'll have to fill that in. And then container ID is the Atom ID for the atom, cloud, or molecule that you want to encrypt the extensions on. You can get that by going to Atom Management. Third, once you have those set up, you just need to create a text file with the following policy. It needs to match what I've displayed above. The only thing that you're going to edit is you replace the account ID and container ID with the same values from the step before. The transit key here is just going to match the one that we generated step one. And then fourth, you create an authentication token within the vault and make sure that you just attach the policy that we just created. This will ensure that the token has the correct authentication permissions to integrate with the Boomi application. Fifth, you'll create a properties text file, and this is for the Boomi runtime specifically to read and know which vault values to use. You'll need to edit three values here. The first is the vault URI, and this will match the URI for your vault environment. That'll depend on your environment's configuration. The namespace is optional, but you'll also get that from the HashiCorp settings. And then finally, you'll have to fill in the auth token value, and that is the value of the token which we generated earlier and attached the policy to. So save that. Once you have all the files and the tokens generated, you can go to Boomi and open up Atom Management for the sixth step, which is locating the Key Management Service tab in Atom Management. You'll get there by selecting the atom that you're working with and then clicking on the Key Management Service tab. Make sure that you choose the same atom whose container ID you referenced when you were creating the policy earlier. That's going to match with the vault that you created. And then seventh, you just need to click enable the bring your own vault feature. You can set that to on by selecting it. If you in the wrapped encryption key checkbox there is actually optional. You can choose whether or not you want to select that. If you do select it, the atom will generate and use an encrypted data key, but it is not required. Under current file, when you click select file to upload, just select that properties file that we generated earlier, this one right here, and that should upload successfully. When you're done with all that, you just click save, and after that, you should refresh the page because the properties might not automatically apply. But after you click save, the environment should be using the Vault instance that you just configured. You can send an update to environment extensions if you want to test if it's working, but that's really all you need to do. So that's all you have to do to use your own Vault with the key management service. Thank you for your time.